Hello! We're going to be looking at solving systems, and to do this we're going to be employing methods of the calculator. We're going to do this by looking at our system, and then we're going to turn it into a matrix, enter it into the calculator, and use RREF. That performs Gauss-Jordan elimination. But we also have to interpret our results. We'll do that at the end. So this first system we want to solve for is x plus 3y is equal to minus 3, y minus 5z is equal to 3, negative 4x minus 5y plus 6z is equal to 4. So we have a system of 3 equations and 3 unknowns. We enter this in as a matrix as below. So just as it says, we're going to put this in the calculator by forming a system. So these are the coefficients from the matrix up here. We have 1x, 3y's, 0z's. So I have 1, 3, 0, and I augment with minus 3. Notice this matrix down here with the augmentation, so the equal sign would be right here, would be a 1, 2, 3 row by 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So we're going to enter in the calculator as a 3 by 4. So notice we have the coefficients right here. We have the constants over on the right hand side of the augmentation. I'm going to enter this into my calculator. So I'm going into matrix, second matrix. I'm going to scroll over to edit and enter a 3 by 4. Those are the dimensions of my matrix. I'm going to enter this matrix in by rows. 1, 3, 0, minus 3, 0, 1, minus 5, 3, negative 4, negative 5, 6, 4. Now I should have my matrix in. I will quit out. And I want to do that RREF. So RREF essentially does 3 things. And we would do this by hand, but it's just easier to do by calculator and we can avoid mistakes. So it does these elementary row operations. We can swap any 2 rows, multiply any equation or row by a non-zero constant, and we can multiply and add to this. That's all done in the calculator by using RREF. So let's do that in the calculator. I'm going to go back into my matrix, select math, arrow up. Let's try that again. Select math, arrow up to RREF, and then go back to calculator, to math, and put in A, our matrix A there. And our RREF looks like this. Well, that's sort of ugly. So what I can do is, if these are fractions, I can turn them into fractions. All I need to do is push math and frac. And this is what I get. So essentially x is equal to minus 54 over 41, y is equal to minus 22 over 41, and z is equal to negative 29 over 41. That's what our calculator does for us. And here we have that. So those were the commands. So the last thing I need to do is interpret this. So this is my x, y, z column. So I have 1x is equal to negative 57 over 41. I have 1y is equal to negative 22 over 41. I have 1z is equal to negative 29 over 41. So in this case, there's going to be one solution, and that's it. So we would call this a consistent system, and it would have that one solution, which would be negative 57 over 41, negative 22 over 41, and negative 29 over 41.